Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Landscape Marketing Secrets. I'm very excited to bring you a special guest who's also a friend of mine, and that's Miss Kati Molchan from the $1 Million Landscaper. Hi, Kati.
Hey, Laura, happy to be here. So excited to be on again because I know we've done a podcast interview before with you and Matt, but I like that just the ladies today. Just the ladies.
Did we do it about marriage? Probably. Did we fight?
Yes.
Probably. I mean, respectfully disagree on some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, banter.
And Matt just had to learn I'm in charge, and boom,
Always.
that's it. That's the whole call. So, right. And you have been on mine for some stuff, but it's been a while. And I know that you've become really good with accountability.
Absolutely. I don't even know how you can run a business without it. And I think it's something that people maybe don't give enough consideration to.
I agree. And being accountable means, it's interesting. So I will say that I've lost 91 pounds in a year, and I'm accountable to two different groups for that, two different things. I'm accountable to my Pond Friends weight loss support group on Facebook. And we take sweaty selfies and we post them. And so if we don't see a sweaty selfie for a while, my friend Tara will be right up your butt. Hey, how you doing? You working out? Hey. And then also I'm accountable to my Fitness Pal. So, which is a tracker for food. So I want people to understand, and I'm sure you agree, you need to be both accountable to yourself, but also to others.
Absolutely. Because not to get too deep, but if you get into psychological definitions of accountability, you'll find that accountability to yourself is never going to be the same as it is to outside sources people, because that's just not how your brain is designed. That's not how your brain works. And so you can't expect yourself to have the same level of air quotes self-accountability as you would with a person.
No, I 100% agree. And even, because I have some friends that are trying to lose weight and they're like, oh, and I'm like, do you track your food? No. I'm like, well, then how do you know? If you're not tracking, there's no way to, they're like, well, I eat okay. Do you? Because, I thought I did and I did not. And once I learned how many calories a mini bag of M&M peanuts are, that's an hour workout. So, and it's great, but I would blah, 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 blah. I didn't want to hear it.
Absolutely. Well, because I think responsibility and accountability are like friends. They go hand in hand. And so that responsibility of knowing, oh, okay, there's, because who doesn't sit and eat 4 bags of the little M&Ms? I do. Those aren't single serve packages. Whoever said that they lie. And
now they're called sharing size.
See, and I don't share. I will eat them all. But if you don't take responsibility to look at it and be maybe that's a bad idea.
I was actually at Water Garden Expo and I was at my friend Laura Lee's table and I ate a Hershey's Kiss. Then I'm like, shit, wait, I looked it up. It's 25 calories. I'm like, 4 of those babies would be 100 calories. It's just, and I know people listening, they're like, oh my God, stop. But this leads into business too. And that's, I think, what both of our points are. When it comes to accountability for me with Aqua Reali, I have a weekly accountability partner I have had for 7 years.
That's amazing.
I know. And that's Barbie Holdeman. And I don't think I've had many friends for 7 years. So kudos to us. And we just, now we share a business coach, we share ideas, we share words, and, we share blog posts, tips, everything. And it's so nice to have someone, and every week, we send each other our to-do lists every week. And then we go through them and we see, okay, here's something I'm having issues with. Now, I will say some of the obstacles I've heard, which I'd love your take on, are I don't have time. What do you say to that?
To that, I say you'll never do it if you don't put it in your calendar and commit to it. It has to be written down and scheduled, because
Barbie and I talk Tuesdays at noon.
Yeah. If you wait for it to just happen or to do it when you have air quotes time, that will never happen because you're never going to have time. We're back to that radical responsibility. You have to be responsible and put it on your calendar and then stick to the time. Might have to cancel every now and again. Sure. But if you don't commit to that time slot and commit to getting it done. So
I 100% agree. Happen. And I also, for Aqua Reali, I have accountability calls every week with my 2 maintenance people. Our office manager and our maintenance manager. And our office manager, we talk every Monday, at 11 a.m. We go through all billing. We see we're owed nothing right now, nothing from anybody. And it's because
Who can even say that, right?
But she and I tag team it, and we are freaking on top of this. And then if someone's going to a job that week and they haven't paid, Tyler knows. So Tyler knows, and then the employee who's going out knows. So but she and I talk about everything. We talk about leads. We talk about what we need. We talk, and then our maintenance manager and I talk every Friday at 1. And you're right. So we scheduled them, and otherwise there wouldn't be time.
Well, yeah. If you just wait for it to magically happen, it's never going to magically happen. You have to purposely make it happen.
Now, the other thing that I'd love your opinion or take on or advice is people say it doesn't work for them. Have you heard this?
We have a little bit, and then I try not to be super judgy of what do you mean it doesn't work for you? You're not special. Because it works for everybody.
Right.
but I would just ask more questions. I'd be like, okay, well, what about this isn't working for you? That's where I would just take the opportunity to start digging.
And I agree with that. And I think too, that if it's not working, well, you're kind of not doing it right. And, you can share an accountability list with someone, but if you don't do the stuff on your list, you're going to avoid that person like the plague.
Well, exactly. Because you're going to feel guilty that you didn't do it.
Yeah. So you'll probably talk for 2-3 weeks.
Well, and a lot of those people, I would challenge them to think, okay, is it accountability that isn't working, or have you overcommitted and that's what's not working? Do you have too many things on your list? Because at some point, and I know you know this, as a business owner and in life, you have to just kind of accept that you can't do everything, change everything, and be everything. You have to prioritize. And
that's what my team is for. And that's what I'm teaching my husband, because everyone has their own responsibilities now. And, Tom Reber used to always say, which I love this quote, is do what you love to do and hire the rest out.
Yeah. And that's amazing. So if too many business owners try to still do everything themselves and to me, I don't think you have an accountability problem. You've overcommitted. You have an overcommitment problem. So
I love it.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And when you have that problem, it's almost like you're your own biggest obstacle.
Oh, yeah. Nailed it. Perfect.
And you don't want to succeed in that way. You're scared, and there might be other reasons. So what I would say, and it sounds like you agree, is if you are nervous, skipping, whatever, you need to take a step back and look inside you.
Absolutely. Because you've probably overcommitted, and you might need to take a minute, like you said, and just have a little bit of self-awareness. Right. Self-awareness with self-compassion. Don't beat yourself up over it. Don't, whatever. Don't go down like a woe is me.
Because then you'll never do it again. And then you're just like, wah. Well, now I feel like an idiot. No, just try again next month.
Yeah. But no, get it sorted out. And like you said, what doesn't need to be done by you? Who can you have somebody else do it? Yada, yada. So.
And sometimes I'll even tell Barbie, I didn't get my stuff done because my kid had a crisis because of this. And it's like, I'm not going to lie, but it's great. And she's like, oh, okay. I don't avoid it.
Well, and to me, that's not that you weren't being not accountable. You just had to reprioritize because you're a mom. You're a mom, and that's okay. And sometimes you might have to have a different priority came up, and that's okay.
Yeah. When parents, it's
everybody's got crap. So yeah.
Yep. Exactly. As long as you called our kids crap, by the way.
Well, sometimes no. Mine are teenagers, so sometimes they are.
We have teenage boys. They can. And I have a 21-year-old girl who, oh my God. But anyway.
Yes, as long as you don't let that turn into a long-term excuse, but yes, it's okay to reprioritize if you've got to put something else first. But as long as you get, to me, then it's that resilience of getting back on track. And that's where your accountability partner comes in, because they'll be like, oh, okay, you had that. Great. Okay, but what are we going to do now?
So do you have an accountability partner?
I have many accountability partners.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, because I'm kind of in two different groups, I guess I would say. So it's not that I meet with all of them individually, but I am in two separate, I just call them pods.
Okay. I love it.
One's got 4 people in it and the other one's got 3. And we keep each other honest, and it's nice to just sometimes bounce ideas off each other.
Isn't it? And you're like, I'm having a shitty week and I feel bad because of this. She's like, don't be hard on yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Or, you got to be tougher. So she doesn't sugarcoat it, which is great.
That's nice. Well, after 7 years, I would think you would have that kind of relationship. So
we've flown to Arizona with our whole family to visit them at their house twice. We're really close. And it's funny because we're very different in a lot of ways. I live on the East Coast. She lives in Arizona. We have very, very different political views. And who cares? Because that's not what we're talking about.
Right. That's
we're
not
the
what,
same. And we want to succeed in business and our lives.
I love it.
So, yeah. So you mentioned, or I want to talk a little bit about, you have a couple things that can help people. You have Landscape Business Owners as your group. There's about 13 or 14,000 people in it, which is awesome. I'm a moderator. As you know, it keeps me quite busy.
It does.
But I just want to promote that because it is a great group. And we work really hard to keep the sales and the riffraff and the that stuff out of it and really try. I love when people help each other and give each other good solutions.
Oh, absolutely. And I think in this industry, it's important to have other people. Like if you don't have your one person, if you don't have your Barbie, if you don't have it's okay. It's okay. Especially if you're just getting started and maybe you don't have that many contacts yet. It's like, okay, well, here's a safe space. I can, throw some stuff out, get some feedback. We do our best to keep the trolls out. I'm not saying that they don't get in there.
We do try.
But it is a good place. Yeah, it's a good place to start.
And then from there, you guys run something called the $1 Million Landscaper.
Yes, $1 Million Landscaper. That's our big term. Like we have a podcast, $1 Million Landscaper podcast,
which I'll be on soon.
We'd love to.
She's
have
like, wait, what?
Are you? Have you talked to Scott? I don't know.
No,
no.
But if I tell him, he'll be like, okay.
You can be on anytime. We're always happy to have you. So we have that, and then we teach. We have another course that we call Profits Up Estimating for Landscapers. Because if you get into the Facebook group, you will see that what should I pay for this? Or what should I charge for this? How much? Pricing your work is probably the number one question that gets asked.
And we don't allow that, because before you know your pricing, you need to know your pricing. It doesn't matter what my pricing is. Exactly. I have completely different overhead. I live in a different part of the country. I have a different amount of employees. Everything, we have winter, you don't. Everything is different. So I love what you guys teach, because you teach people how to be profitable and how to create pricing that works for them.
Exactly. Based on your unique business, on your own numbers. So we've got that. And then we have what we call our Profits Up Inner Circle.
And that's where the accountability comes in.
We have accountability pods in there. And we originally didn't have those, but I have loved the accountability pods that I'm in so much and have gotten so much value out of them.
Yeah.
That I was like, Scott's my husband, who I run $1 Million Landscaper with. For those that are new
him. Just kidding.
Yeah, that other guy. I told him that we had to add them in, because I had gotten so much value out of them. I'm like, this is something that we need to offer people that maybe don't want to post in the Facebook group or have posted in there. And like I said, we try to keep trolls out, but occasionally, sometimes people will clap back with some nasty answers. And some people are just more comfortable in a smaller group, and that's absolutely okay.
Yeah, because it's more. It's more like you're not going to find an accountability partner in this 14,000 person group.
No, it's too big. It's too big of a beast. Yeah.
It's great for stuff, but I love the fact that you have like-minded people who want to succeed. And I think that's what's really cool about the Academy.
Yeah, that's what makes the difference. Like-minded people. And then you can open up a little bit too, because you'll get more comfortable sharing more about your business. Because we try to match people who are not in geographic
competition with each other. That's brilliant.
Area. Yeah. So it's like these people aren't in competition with you. Everybody's got each other's best interests in mind. So
I love it. So before we go, let's give ways to get in touch with all these. So Landscape Business Owners, to join the general group is Landscape Business Owners. Just search for it on Facebook and request to join.
Absolutely.
And then tell me about the other two. How do people find you with these other things?
They can just go to $1milliondollarlandscaper.com, one big ginormous long word. And they can get to any of our programs from there. We've got a drop-down list where they could, choose from Profits Up Estimating for Landscapers, or they could choose Profits Up Inner Circle. Click around.
Perfect.
You'll be able to find it. It's all in there. And so, it's really been really super rewarding. And it's been, one of the best things that we have done is honestly we're giving the people what they want, give the people what they ask for. So,
and I think I've known you like 3 years now. And it's been so fun to watch you and Scott and my trajectories and where we've gone and where we're going, and sharing, ideas and people that help us. It's just nice.
Oh, absolutely. You and I chatted about this briefly before we started recording the podcast. Yes. We're all better together. And the more that we can all help each other succeed, the more success we're all going, we're all going to have. I've heard if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
I love it.
I really try to live by that, not only for our business but that's the mindset I take to helping other landscapers as well.
So. I love it. Thank you so much for being on my show. You're awesome. For everyone else, please like, subscribe, and listen to my podcast each week. And also, I am on YouTube under Landscape Marketing Secrets. Thanks, everybody, and have a great week.